yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what we're doing is we're just going to adjust the coils. Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful Sunday morning. I say wonderful, but meh. All right. Well, we're going to make this one a quick one. I wasn't trying to spend too much time making a video on this because it's not really all that involved, but I wanted to show everybody how I adjust my coilovers, which is pretty damn, oh. All right. So, give me just a second. I didn't expect that. Okay. So, once you've gotten this lower ring loose, come back up to where it just barely catches with the other one, and then push the upper one away. And what you're doing is you're going to measure the gap of where you were. I wasn't mad at the level of the car's stature. It was a good low, but it was not the right low for these wheels. So I got to do something about that. So we're just going to crank-a-dank these bad boys up. And basically, I'm just going to watch the gap. This is a reference of the original position. And so once I get up high enough, I'll do a combination of counting threads and then measuring just to get a good idea of how high I've gone up. For this one, I think I'm going to try and go up pretty high. I'm putting some fat spacers on the back, so I'm going to end up with some significant poke. So I'm probably going to put as much of the preload back into this as I can. We'll see how it goes. But basically, these cars with coils drop a lot over stock. And it's not... As I'm going up, I'm not actually adjusting the height of the car up. What I'm doing is I'm putting preload on this helper spring, because you notice this hasn't moved. Like, you see it's just a basic reference point. That line, this line, there's like a 1/2 of an inch. See, it's not really moving at all. It's because the car is not really going up. It will go up some, just because there was some load to it. But I want preload. I want stiffness. Alright, so there's that one. Oh, with the knees. I hate bending down. Oh, same thing for the front. I was not mad at the evenness. So now that we're back, we've got that. Touch it back up. Now the front's got a little bit more weight to it. Slightly beefier helper spring. If all goes tits up and it's not stiff enough for me, I'll actually end up just taking the helper springs completely out. And I'll end up running the just the upper springs. I'll crank the coils all the way up and get the height that way. But basically, that's pretty much it. It's not terribly tough to adjust coilovers. If you're starting from scratch, it's actually really easy to just turn the coilovers all the way up and then come down at as much as you think you want to. But you have to bear in mind that those helper springs have a small amount of preload to them. So unless you've got preload in them, you're not actually going to know how low your car is until it's sitting on the wheels and you're possibly damaging the fenders. And I don't want to do any of that on this. That's why we're going to put the preload in. We're going to go as high as they'll go. Then we're going to put the wheels back on with the spacers a little cleaned up. And we're going to see what the stance looks like. Ride it around the yard, bounce it around, see if it rubs anymore. And that is what it is. Once I get done adjusting all of these, I may or may not pop back in and share me cleaning one or two of the wheels down just for funsies, because, content's content. I finally got a few videos in the make. I don't think I'm doing daily videos. Things are slowing down a little bit. I've caught up on some stuff and then gotten set back on some other stuff. So, life is lifing, you know. But basically, I just wanted to share how I set my coils if the car's already been lowered at a decent quip. But I'll be back. Maybe with a test drive. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so done adjusting. I don't know if you recognize, but it's way higher. You can kind of see the dirt line. Anyway, I set my preload on the rear at 3 1/4 in the helper spring, and 2 1/4 in the front helper spring. So that's basically my surefire way to make sure that you can't overdo or underdo any one corner. As long as the coilovers themselves are assembled correctly, you really shouldn't run into too many issues with it. But we are apparently going to drop all of our brushes and make a whole bunch of mess, which is great. I love that. All right, well, only one little piece of grass stuck to it, so I'm okay with that. That'll be fine. All right, so first things first, we're going to wash these bad boys. And I need my little handy-dandy sprayer, because once I'm done with the wheels, I'm going to turn my attention to the pool, because I'm going to put the van in front of the pool and use it as a little shade, and then I'm going to get naked and I'm going to get in the water. None of y'all are going to see me. It's going to be amazing. It's private. Privacy. Nah, but for real, country boys are the only boys that know what it's like to have the true freedom of being able to just go out in the backyard and take a leak. Oh, it's so good being out here sometimes. Although, funny story, when we first moved in down here, I was just a bit too brazen with my pea freedoms. And I was up in the front yard messing with the flower bed for some reason, and it just hit me. I had to go, and I was like, let me get it. So I went to go whip it out, not thinking nothing of it, thinking, I live in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's going to see what I'm doing. Sure as shit, damn old people down the road, they are absolutely on their way up the way, you know, a couple house links down worth of space. Not just like, what in the shit are you old broads doing over here? So I really quickly turned around and tucked my bad man back in and like just pretended like I was doing something else. It was terrible. It was terrible. Super embarrassing. But anyway, I figured I'd share hosing down at least one of these wheels real good, because they're nice. They got a little bit of finish issue on them, but we are going to wash them up and clean them real good and see how good we can get this. And then they're going to go back on the car, probably go ahead and put them on today, just because other than going and buying a can of fluid film and just literally soaking the inner fender wells and getting all that stuff under there super juicy as the start of some kind of an undercoating to, you know, kind of just stop what rust is around. I've found more and more as I look around and under the car, and none of it's super bad in like places that are terribly critical, but the fact of the matter is it's there. And I don't have the means to do the body work to get rid of it correctly, so I'm just going to treat it with some goopy stuff, which has been known and even sold as an undercoating item. And we're going to hope that it lasts long enough for me to beat this next round of surgery shit, and we'll hopefully get the car out to some professional. I'd like to take it to Daryl. I know I keep talking about it, but I actually need to reach out and say something to him and ask him what his schedule looks like, if he's been booked up for next year yet or not, because it's definitely not going to be this year before I need the stuff done. And that's also why the fluid film, you know, it's going to be a year before I recover from buying the car and then all of the parts that are going into it. Like, I'm going to have to put tires on it. The tires look good, still going to have to put them on. Realized they had dry rot in them. Tread's great. DOT numbers aren't that old, but it's still dry rotted in certain spots, so it's just going to have to be what it is. I'm going to have to get tires, and, you know, that's $300 to $500 depending on what I buy. I'm probably going to buy some bullshit China Boy tires, if I'm being totally honest with everybody. I'm not I'm not a tire snob. The car is not going to be driven in any kind of a performance fashion or anything, so there's no need for super special tires. Although I do like these Kumos. I've always liked these Kumos. I like that tread pattern, that super directional aggression. It's awesome. I love it. You get all the shmoo and everything off of these bad girls, and then we'll spray some soap on them, and yeah, buddy. All right. Go ahead and polish off the last of the Armor All. There we go. Alrighty. That's right, my little brush went over here. Oh yeah, a little bit of algae on it from the pool wipe I did yesterday. No big deal. Well, this, fuck no, that won't even work. That ain't worth a fuck. Sorry. Alright. Not sure what all this black paint is from, but I know it's annoying as hell. Alright. Whew. Let's see what we get. Well, there's a little puddle of dirt, so we got a little bit off of it for sure. Might have to hit that with a pressure washer and see where I can get with it. Still, cleaner's cleaner than not clean. At the minimum, you can see all the shmoo on the side of the tire, so we're doing better than not. Alright. Now we're going to try this one on the other two and see how it goes. Now see, this is the foaming action that the Armor All used to do. I don't know if it's a bad bottle or what. Okay. Super filthy tires. Oh yeah, super filthy. I'm actually going to go ahead and rinse that now and spray it again. I don't want to put all that dirt into the into the finish on the wheel. Okay, I'll just dump that. Yeah, see, I'd really like to get these refinished one day. It'd be badass if I could get the lips repolished, machined, whatever, and then turn around and get the face paint matched the same forest green as the car. Ah, it'd be good. Okay, last one. Then I'll stand them up and give them a real good scrub-a-dub on the face of the tire, I think. Try and get a bunch of the grass clippings off of it. So that way when I finally go to drive this bitch, I ain't got to worry about all that. You know what? We'll do the face first. I'll go ahead and do that now. Alrighty. Go ahead and set this right there. This guy got far. Oh, wait, that's right. Gotta do the tires. See, I do things out of order and I start forgetting shit. Okay, now we're gonna do it like that. No, we're not. That one sucks. There we go. We're gonna just hit it with the full. And that there is a pretty clean set of wheels.